That politicians have to start accepting blame. You know, there's a lot of mistakes that we as politicians make. And even on the show, I've just seen that instead of saying that, yes, we and some of our colleagues are wrong, we've evaded that answer completely, to the point we've gone to doctors. I don't know, doctors are making mistakes, teachers are making mistakes. Yet this was not about doctors and teachers and others. It was about the political class. And that's what we are discussing today. And I think it's very difficult for us to accept that our colleagues are wrong. And I think it's important. That's where we fail. And in fact, you notice this, that this is a government that is full of politicians, unlike the Constitution, which was trying to kick out politicians from running, the executive. Suddenly, everybody in the executive is actually a politician. You've noticed that unlike Uhuru's cabinet, this cabinet is almost 100% made up of people that are drawn from political offices, former members of parliament, former senators, and former governors. That's a kind of people that are now in office. So it's actually a politicized, highly politicized, government. In fact, even the public service now, the PSs, a number of them are actually former members of parliament. So what is happening is that we've politicized everything, and then we are refusing to accept blame as politicians. That's why when our youth criticize and say there are things that we are doing wrong, no one wants to listen to them. I remember last year, just before the youth of Aren Parliament, I was I was one of those that were clearly telling, the House that what happens when this what we are pushing down their throats goes beyond what they can accept. You know that when we drop that last straw that breaks the camel's back, what happens? When these children get to the streets, what will we do? Previously, when we were in the streets as Azimio, you could call Raila Amolo Odinga, you could call Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and tell them, please let us negotiate. But the youth told us they are leaderless, they are tribeless, they are almost formless. And they demonstrated it because they managed to get to the House. So I think what I'm seeing is a situation where we as politicians must accept that there are some areas where we are going wrong. And that's why this conversation is, when you started it with politicians' comments. And that's what we must deal with. What are the things that we can be told? How do we handle each other? How do we sort ourselves out? Now, Ayub, I'll tell you that...
how then do we sort out problems, Honorable Mbui? Let me finish. Because it's a proper question when that comes up and we are discussing the lives of Kenyans. How then do we sort this problem when senior membership of the Wiper Party that you subscribe to have said they will cozy up to Rigathi Gachagua, the former deputy president, who has described Kenya as a shareholding entity?
They will do what?
Cozy up. I mean, they're warming up to Gachagua.
No, but our position on the issue of Rigathi Gachagua was the issue of impeachment. We were against the impeachment because look at what it has done to the country. Already it destabilized. Some members of parliament from central Kenya, very many of them cannot even go to their own constituencies.